Got his eye in, and now something in his eye. Treble 18. And he really want this to avoid any drama. It's one dart at the bolt.
97.
Just a couple of millimetres
20.
away. That'd be the difference in this game, because if Scott Taylor can see out this 20, he will have the dart and the decider. Now it's tricky.
That's
a superb day. That's why he is a champion. Will he be back? That is some finish from Scott Taylor. He has the power. A really good game. Jim McEvoy will bounce back from that game. There was nothing to separate them from dart 1. He had an opportunity at the bullseye himself, did Jim McKuen, in that game. But good averaging in the end. It was a bit of a slow burn at the beginning. Scott Taylor, the big favourite for this week, not playing an awful lot of darts. He'll be delighted with that win as we move on to game 2. It's Kurt Parry against David Mail. Yeah, the Masters was a competition with a lot of memories. Many congratulations
94.
to Wesley Plaisir, who retained his World Masters. For David Mail, looking to get that first leg on the board here at the Motor Super Series.
45.
Will he get another chance?
120.
It hasn't been the performance that deserves a 4-0 defeat for David Mail, but it has been the performance that deserves a 4-0 win for Kurt Parry, and he signs off that victory with a stunning Shanghai shot. The 120 checkout and the checking out was sublime from the Welshman. 4 out of 5 on the doubles in that game. It looked even better than that 92.49 average in truth. Mail played some decent stuff, a couple of 180s in his maiden match at the Live Lounge, but could not hit that winning double despite the fact he had a couple of attempts. Parry put him to the sword really in that game. Coming next, Anton Osland takes on the reigning and defending Super Series champion Marvin Van Velzen.
Yeah, just that split-second decision there to go to the 20s after missing the treble 19. And for a breaker throw, it's still an advantage Osland in this 24. Game. Van Velzen, just to get him going. This has been his best leg of the match. Sees it out. He's finally up and running. His dart here to then take it the distance for a missed dart. Will he regret that?
19s. Gets the treble. The ball.
94. Anton, you require 40.
Well, he does come back. And the reigning champion was up against it from the first dart. Can Osland see it out? He looked a little nervous, didn't he? No reaction whatsoever. He's super cool as Anton Osland, and that's a big win. And just a little reminder that the honeymoon period for Marvin Van Velzen is over. But he will be back. But it's a super start for the Super Swede as we move on to Game 4. As we look at the stats, Marvin Van Velzen did get better throughout that game. Just shy of a 90 average. It was all about Osland. He'll want to tidy up those doubles, but he'd be delighted with that opening win. As we move on to Game 4, it's Jim McEvoy against Kurt Parry. It's that type of finish, though, for McKuen. That 70. Parry must think he's give himself an opportunity with that last start. He does.
You require 70.
Normally so good at this type of finish as McKuen.
And he gets the full quota of darts at tops. Only needs one.
On the fifth leg, Jim McEvoy.
Edges ahead.
Is what we really should be talking about. But I guess when the pair of them go back to that players area, it might not be about the darts like that. It might have been about those missed darts at a double, but incredible performance from both.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. A third 180 from Parry there. A fifth of the match in total. And he's carrying on.
Just
108.
Beautiful. I said to begin the show, I'm going to test my superlatives this week. It's just the manner, the way he throws them as well. And a real potential 11 darter. They seem to put to bed the issues with the doubles. Will that trend continue? Yes, it will. What a game. 3-3.
Parry. McKuen has a chance to win it. Couldn't take out the big fish. How about the little one? What a dart. For the bull.
105.
Both players have missed the ball for the match.
You require
The
25.
game's about millimetres. He had this finish earlier and fluffed his lines.
9. Jim, you require 25.
Same again. And it's been such a brilliant game, but in amongst it all, Parry's missed 17 darts at double. McKuen goes for his favoured double 12. Now double 6.
Game shot.
And
the
he
match.
wins
Jim
a
McEvoy.
brilliant battle. A 4-3 success for McKuen in a stunning game of darts. 5 180s for Kurt Parry and an average of almost 95, but the big problem for him, look at that checkout ratio, just 15%, 17 darts missed at double in that game, including 3 for the match, and McKuen punished him to win 4-3. His first victory of this group, and Marvin Van Velzen is looking for his first as reigning champ when he takes on Scott Taylor after the break.
Marvin, you require
Teed up tops.
133.
I don't think I've seen Scott so focused, so aggressive ever. I've seen Van Velzen play some sparkling darts with finishes like that.
Third leg, Marvin Van
Highest
Velzen.
one of the day so far. We've been waiting for that brilliance from Van Velzen. That's why he's
Fourth
the
leg,
champ.
It's Scott to throw first.
And that will anger Taylor even more.
95. Scott, you require
Taylor then
40.
looking at tops
Game shot.
and
the
finding
match,
it
Scott Taylor.
to double up on victories for the day and to inflict a second straight defeat on the defending champ. Marvin Van Velzen went down to Anton 4-2. He goes down to Scott Taylor 4-2 as well. Average just over 87. The highlight of the match was a 133 from MVV, but it's Taylor who pockets the points. And coming next, David Mayle looking for his first leg at the Live Lounge, taking on Anton Osland. And he looked up there and seen the big one and thought, right, I'm in
41.
business here.
David, you require 84.
For a first victory on his Modus Super Series debut. And he can do it on the bull. Oh, and he does do it on the bull.
David Mayle.
David Mayle secures his first Super Series success, and he does it with a very stylish performance, bedding the bullseye to win the match. And the finishing throughout the game was excellent. That 84 won it, but it's 4 out of 5 on the doubles. In fact, that was the only dart missed that double in the entire game because Osland was restricted to just one attempt, which he took for the 92 checkout. But it's Mayle who gets the victory, and that means that he has picked up points. The only player who hasn't in the first 2 rounds of fixtures is the reigning champion, Marvin Van Velzen, who's back in action next against Jim McEvoy. Problem was the fact that he had to go over for the 18s has made the finish a difficult one. McEvoy may take this one. Oh, and he does. And look at that. He aimed for the portion of the double 20 that wasn't troubled at all by the flight of the previous dart.
Game shot.
Absolutely outstanding, Marvin Van Velzen.
Type performance, doesn't it? Get ahead and then just keep possession.
Jim
McKuen has a solid back four. He's always difficult to beat. Always a difficult finish, the 139. I was about to say, the way Van Velzen's playing is making this look ridiculous. He'll take his time here. Your mind's gone blank.
Yeah, I don't think he's worked out what's left.
86.
It was 67. He was going for the treble 9.
He's had so many of those combination 3-dart finishes where the first dart's gone either into 5 or the 1.
Marvin,
it's also an argument against that route on 104, isn't it? It goes in the 5 or the 1. You can't finish.
But it's been a stellar performance. The champ
Shot
is
and the
back.
match, Marvin Van Velsen.
Little nod of appreciation to himself there because questions were asked about Marvin Van Velsen. He knows where the camera is, remember. He'd lost his opening 2 games, went 1-0 down in that match, but found some incredible darts. And look at those numbers. 106.30, immaculate on the checkouts, and the highest checkout of 100. He will like that when he sees it. Marvin Van Velsen makes his statement. As we move on to the next game, they both won a game apiece. They've had the highs and the lows this morning. It's Parry against Anton Osland.
You require 170.
It's on. But will he go for it? Brilliant.
Game shot and a
Big
third
fish
leg.
finish
Parry.
by Parry.
That type of situation is normally so good. But Parry is back. And Parry
Big
wins
shot
a
and the
really,
match.
really thrilling game. A total clash of styles between the pair of them. And on the back of a 4-3 defeat for Parry, he'll have been really nervous going at them last couple of darts. A real missed opportunity for the Swede. Parry been very relaxed. He's just chatting away to the referee there. He's been involved in a couple of great games today. His scoring has been fantastic today. And when he needed it right at the end, the doubles, it came to his delight. He averaged just over 90 in that game, 90.32. Anton Osland was scrapping away, missed his opportunity, but the real highlight was that sensational 170 finish. The big fish was reeled in by Parry, and he wins 2 games out of 3. He moves on, and it's the unbeaten Scott Taylor up next. He plays David Mail. Unbeaten so far. He's up against it right now. Is it a moment of brilliance from the champ? It's tops.
Game
That's
shot
what he does.
Leg, Scott Taylor.
This group is full of quality, proven winners. Just to collect his thoughts, treble 18, hit, double 18.
92.
Well, fortunately, David Mail got out of the way there because Scott Taylor reversed and nearly knocked him into Rose Ed. Misses 3 darts,
Scott,
having missed one already.
18.
Well, it's not been a sparkling performance from Scott Taylor. He did come into this game with 2 wins out of 2. He was cruising, leading 3-1, playing nicely, but really hit the skids. But finds a way of winning, and Scott Taylor goes 3 wins out of 3. It was a scrappy ending to a game. It's a wry smile there from David Mail, but you sense it's a real missed opportunity. Smiles all around, relief in the end for Scott Taylor. He knows he needs to be better than that, but what more can you ask for? 3 wins out of 3. 102 checkout being a real highlight there for Scott. Follow that then Marvin Van Velsen on the back of his first win today. He plays Parry.
You require
He's reintroduced. More on that in a moment. Double 12.
Game shot on a 5th
And
leg,
Parry.
Parry.
With an absolutely beautiful finish. Yeah, he hasn't been
56.
at full power Parry in this one, but he has been pragmatic.
Game shot
And he does get the
match,
victory.
Parry.
4-2 over Marvin Van Velsen. That was a very, very effective, efficient performance from Parry in that one. Maybe not the brilliant blitz that we've seen in previous games, but an average of 86 was enough. The difficulty for Van Velsen in that game, those 10 darts missed at double, and Parry crosses a line to, for now, move to the top of the table. He's on the same points as Scott Taylor, and he is slightly better off in the leg difference. Taylor will return in a couple of games' time, but before that, David Mail meets Jim McEvoy. Explosive game in terms of the darts, but it has been such an interesting watch, this one. A case for
44.
keeping calm and carrying on
Anton,
as far as Anton Osland's concerned, and that might win the day.
Outstanding to leave double
109.
16. And Scott Taylor will be furious after this game. 3-1 up, remember.
93.
In cruise control,
Anton, you require 32.
But cool, calm and collected, you sense, will win the day. Big
Game shot,
victory
and
for
the match,
Anton
Anton
Osland,
Osland.
and the unbeaten record of Scott Taylor goes much down to his own downfall. 3-1 up in that game, Scott Taylor, as he races off. Once again, zero emotion from the Swede. But Scott Taylor will be disappointed. He had that match in the palm of his hand. It was a must-win for Anton Osland. He just keeps himself involved in this group, and he will be back in the final game of the day as all players prepare for their final match. It's debutant David Mail up next against Marvin Van Velzen.
Marvin, you
But that
require
180 has given an
120.
opportunity for Marvin Van Velzen. But he needs another treble. Gets the treble.
100. David, you require 50.
So, for parity,
Game shot on the
that's
six flag.
just what
David
Mail
Mail.
ordered. And now, he lets out a little bit of a roar.
A really tight game. Finds that treble. If he finds another one, he had to go a long way
97.
across that Rocky.
Marvin, you require
But we are going
96.
down to the wire.
Well, full credit to the pair of them. But it's
Game
victory
shot,
Van
and the match,
Velzen, and
Marvin
what
Van
a way
Velzen.
to win it. A dozen data for the Dutchman, who is delighted with winning that game. It's only his second win of the day. The returning champion would have hoped for a bigger points haul than he's got. 4 for him, but the way he won that match will just give him a huge confidence boost going into tomorrow. David Mail certainly hasn't disgraced himself on debut. 1 win to his name, and almost managing to beat the reigning champion. 2 games still to come, starting with a tasty tie between Taylor and Parry. Well, he'll return, but he may be under some pressure.
174. Kurt, you require 32. Game shot on the second
He was under
leg.
maximum
Good
pressure,
Parry.
but didn't feel it at all.
Third leg, it's Scott to throw first. Game on. 60.
Yeah, this will be their first game tomorrow. Will be game 2. But Parry's doing himself big favours.
134.
He was fantastic in his opening game. I was surprised to see it was only a 92 average. It was that good.
135.
And then he had a real disappointment losing out in a 4-3 match with Jim McKuen. But since then, he's been the dominant player of this group.
47. $139.
Sensible stuff from Taylor to leave a finish after 9.
Yeah, beautiful darts from Scott.
100.
And beautiful darts from Kurt Parry.
80. Scott, you require 167.
Oh, he wasn't in this leg, was he,
43.
when Taylor teed up
You
a finish?
require
But now he is, by
140.
virtue of that first max. And look at this. Oh. Sensational.
On the third leg.
Absolutely
Parry.
extraordinary. He will be the only player in the group
59.
with a positive
You
leg
require
difference.
41.
He's been the player of the day for a potential 11
Game
darter.
shot, and the
And
match.
Parry
Good
is as
Parry.
happy as Larry. It's been that good of a day. Lots of respect from Scott Taylor. Sometimes they've just got to say my opponent was absolutely outstanding on the day. He averages over 100 in that one, 101.90. He has the throw of a Rolls Royce. And just look at those numbers, 101.90. Excellent on the outer ring, 4 from 5. That beautiful, sublime 140 finish. Kurt Parry, I doth one's cap as we move on to the final game of the day. It's Jim McEvoy against Anton Osland
50.
for that desired tops.
There's the 10. And there is the
shot,
tops.
and
And,
the match,
that is a
Jim
top
McEvoy.
performance from Jim McEwen, who averages over 100 in it, hitting tops 4 times. And that is a fantastic way to end his day. McKuen sees off Osland without dropping a leg, following in the footsteps of Parry, who did the same thing to Scott Taylor in the previous game, and that means McKuen moves to second in the table. 4 tops for Jim McEvoy. He'll be dancing, he'll be darting tomorrow, and we'll be talking at the other side of this.